We can enable Wi-Fi hotspots. All we need to do is subscribe to the network because a lot of people are using the internet. During late afternoon, it's low because a lot of people are using the internet. Also in the evening. But late evening, for sure, it's high speed. Okay. If you have ways of getting it on, please bring it tomorrow so we can have hands-on. And then maybe you can share it with others. Are you all here? Okay, we have a few. Lesser number. Okay. So, for the last session, it's all about Google Forms. As I mentioned, for those who are here, we can insert forms in Google Sites. So how are we going to do that? Just click Insert, and then you have all the objects in Sites. Now, our focus now is on Google Forms. So we have this topic, the things that we will discuss for this one. So Google Forms overview, how to create it, how to insert image, video, how do you share. If you notice, sharing is always there. It's always present in any topic because it's being promoted, you share. That's why Google is #1 as search engine because they know how to share. Like Kodak. Kodak, they don't know how to share the technology. Now there's no more Kodak. Right? So you have to share. The trend now is you share. The trend now is open source. That is why Microsoft, they are kind of shaking now because Google Apps or Google Drive itself gave Word, the counterpart of Word, Excel, and PowerPoint for free using Google Drive. Tomorrow I have a session on Google Drive. So sharing, choosing a destination, where do you go, how do you get the respondents' data? We will discuss those things. And then add-ons. Now using add-ons, you will see how Gmail and Forms can be maximized. How can you send email with the same content but specific for that person? We will discuss that also using add-ons. For teachers, I know you spend a lot of time checking quizzes, right? For objective type quizzes, you don't have to spend a long time for that. If you have 160 students, for example, you have to check 160 papers using Google Forms. In 5 minutes, you can check all those 160 quizzes. How? Let's start. Okay? Just like Google Sites, Google Docs, it's very easy to use. And using Google Forms, as a teacher, it's important to give feedback to the students. And it's important to the teachers to know how the class performed after a discussion and evaluation. So we can get immediate feedback from the group, from the class, and evaluate how can we improve our teaching. Okay, so rich user interface, because the same way you insert image and video in Google Sites, in your Google Docs, you can also insert pictures and videos using Google Forms. So it's not just reading and writing. You can also address the need of those who are visual learners. So a lot of students now are visual learners. So you may address that one. And again, it can be open in any device, tablet, phone, laptop, desktop. In iOS devices, it can be used. So it's compatible with any device. So results are automatically stored. So you don't have to worry, where did it go? You don't have to worry about it because it's stored automatically. Even if you delete them, it's there. Okay? You don't have to worry about it. So let's start creating. I hope you would like to have a hands-on experience on it because I don't like to actually go back here and then discuss and then would like to volunteer to use my computer. Come on, so you can have a hands-on experience of how to create Google Forms. No one? Okay. Sure, please. Thank you so much. So I have 2 windows here and my presentation, and then you can make use of another window to visit the site. So to create Google Forms, it's actually a product, or it's actually inside Google Drive. So what you need to do, you can sit down now. You can have a seat. Thank you so much for volunteering. You can, again, forms can be created under drive.google.com. Again, so you can go there, drive.google.com. Now, if you're not logged in, you will be asked to log in. If you're already logged in, you will see drive.google.com. Drive, if you're familiar with Dropbox, it's similar to Dropbox, but more powerful than Dropbox because you can create a document, you can create a spreadsheet, you can create a presentation. Unlike Dropbox, you can just store your file and share. But with Google Drive, you can store, create, and share. That's the big thing using Google Drive. Yes. Now, okay. Right now, I have shared the folder. If you need the resources, my presentation, I have notes under my presentation. You can access that using gg.gg/gsdiu. Okay, again, gg.gg/gsdiu for Google Summit, Daffodil International University. Now, in Google Drive, when you log in, initially you will have this look. Okay? You have this look. So it's similar to if you're using Windows, when you open a folder, it's the same thing. If you're using a Mac, you open a folder, this is your window. So you will see when you select something, right now the selected icon on this side, this is like your left pane. If you're a Windows user, you have Drive, a computer, desktop, documents. This is it. Similar, okay? It's not exactly the same, but similar. The layout is the same. So when you select something, it will show the content. If you have this icon, which means you can click this one, and you will have the subfolders. Can you click the triangle, please? When you click that, all the folders will be placed under that one. It's automatically indented, which means it's under this folder. When you click this is present here, plus the files. Just like in Windows or in Mac, you won't see a file on the left pane, but you can only see it on the right pane, right? So, if you try to click, for example, this one, GTA Southeast Asia 14 files. If you click something here, look at this one, it will change. Can you click this one, please? You will see the properties. The same thing, right? So you may want to activate or deactivate this by clicking this X. So when you click the X, it will not show the properties of the selected file here. So can you click those, please? So you have this. But just the same as Windows, same as Mac. You have the last modified, the file size, etc. But there's something new here. We have the column owner. Because in Google Apps, in any Google product, you can share something. So when it is shared by someone, it is not created by you. You're not the owner. But the name of the person will appear here. Okay? So you know who is the source of that file. Why? Because later on, we have search. Powerful search. The search power of Google Drive is so powerful wherein you can minimize, if you have tons of files, thousands of files, you can access your file easily. So if you notice, I have different colors for my folder. Red with an icon inside, yellow without an icon, gray with an icon, which means these folders are shared with other people. Okay? Those folder icons without a circle, a human being inside, is not shared with other people. So, for example, let's click this one, for AAA Google Summit. It's not shared, but I have created. Can you click the triangle, please? I have created a subfolder under this subfolder and share it with the rest of the group, which contains my presentation. Because these are, let's say this one, I'll discuss this one later, it's automatically created by an add-on wherein you can merge as teachers. You don't want to have a headache of creating folders and organizing your files. Using add-ons, they create automatic subfolders of the current folder, and then they will put all the things there. Okay, so you won't get lost. For example, oh, I don't like this one under Google Summit. I want it under my drive. What do you do in Windows or in Mac? You click and hold, and then you drag. It's the same thing here. Can you try it, please? So move it under drive and release. There you go. It's the same thing. You will not be lost because it's the same process of clicking, transferring, organizing your files as you organize using Windows or Mac. The thing is, it's just different. But the process is the same. Okay? Now, you will see here 5 gigabytes used, 1%, because I have 1 terabyte. It's a personal account. Okay? Now, let's look here. What's better when you use new using Google Drive? Okay? Click new. And these are the things, basic things that you can create in Google Drive. You can create folder, upload an existing folder, create a Word, a counterpart of Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. But you can still upload and open your Word, Excel, and PowerPoint using Google Drive. I'll tell you the difference later why we need to use these things, these 3 items, instead of continue using your Excel, Word, and PowerPoint. Kindly click more. These are the basics, that is why it is displayed. And then you still have Google Forms, drawing maps, etc. These are by default not here, but these are all add-ons. Who uses a smartphone, an Android or iOS? All of us, right? So how do you add an app from your phone? You go to Store or Play Store if you're using Android, or App Store if you're using iOS. And then you search for the name, and then you click add, or that's it, right? It's the same thing here. These are for math teachers. You usually graph using the X and Y board with a matrix. Who are math teachers here? Math teachers. Math teachers, okay. No math teachers. GeoGebra is an interactive free add-on for Google Drive. Okay? So you don't have to, I don't know how to use it, but we can try. Can you click that one? And then accept, because it's the first time I just installed it, but I haven't used it because I'm not a math teacher. Click accept, and then let's create a new one. So it's the normal thing. If it's the first time that you will use the app, you have to accept the conditions that they are giving you, because you have no choice but to accept. Okay, so you have the X and Y axis. Can you click 2 points, the third one, and then select 2 points. So if you notice, it's really a segment, and then you click it, and then click somewhere, and then somewhere. Click, and then click. You know, kids, they will be more participative if you make use of technology instead of, okay, get a ruler, draw from this point to this point. Okay? So, if you notice, coordinates are automatically placed here. That's how technology. So, before, in my time, when I was in high school, you have to manually do this. Okay, so that's one example of an app. So let's go back to Google Drive. So we can close that one using the X button on the tab. The other one, the little left. That one, yes. No, that one. So, leave page. So, let me go back here. You can upload existing Microsoft Office files. there's no problem to that. Take note, how much is our limit? 15 gig for the usual. Right now I have 1 gig or 1 terabyte. If you click new and make use of the Google Docs, Forms and Slides, which is an app, built-in app for Google Drive, look at the file size. Hangout, my presentation, even if it contains a lot of photos and video, it will not occupy the size of your drive. So it means if you start using Google Docs, Sheets, Forms, any from the new button, it will not occupy the file size of your Google Drive. Do you get it? So, if you upload an existing Word document, can we look for, okay, if we upload an existing document, let's say shift, I don't know if I have a doc here. Doc. So it means it's an extension for a document. Okay. Table of specs. .doc. File size. Okay? If it's not originated from Google Drive or created by from Google Drive, it will occupy a space. Okay? But if it's originated from Google Drive, it will not consume your storage capacity. So that's the advantage of using the new button, create your document there. Now, do I have to type everything again? If I uploaded, for example, this one. So let's create, can you double click this one? Double click. So to open an existing Word file, you just have to double click it. Do I have to type this again? I have created this one, I have typed it. What you can do is, when you move your mouse pointer on the top area, somewhere here, you can see the open using Google Docs. So, you can still continue editing the document. Now, is there a way to automatically convert a Microsoft Office file to, let's say, a Word document to Google Docs? Yes, there is. So, to automatically create a Word document to Google Doc is that you go to Settings and then check this one. Convert Upload. Check it. So when you upload the file, it will automatically convert it to a Google format so it won't occupy a space. But you have to remove the Microsoft Word. Okay? So you go to Settings again, and then you will see this window. So when you upload a Microsoft Word document, an Excel, a PowerPoint, you can automatically convert it to a Google Drive format or Google Doc format, and it will not consume your storage device. Your storage capacity, sorry. Yan. So, so how do we create now a Google form? So let's go back. So we create a form. My first scenario, because you have internet access? Yes. Yes, thank you. Woo. I will be working with scenarios. You know, how did you register here? You make use of, you go to the website and make use and fill out a form, right? Where is that? Where's the drive? Here, drive. Okay. So you register to attend this summit using Google Drive. So how did they create that form? So let's go to New, click New, and then More, and then Google Forms. If you have internet access, please do this now, so you have a hands-on experience. And then we will build our survey, for example, one at a time, and we will discuss everything. Now, so we are now asked to enter a lot of things. Okay, let me start with the first one. untitled form. For example, survey, okay, daffodil survey. Can you type daffodil survey, please? So highlight everything, and then DIU survey. And then survey. So this is just the title of the form, which will be displayed on top of the page. Okay? And then, say it's okay. This is the title. You'll see how it looked later. Now, you will see this is, can you scroll down a little? Scroll down. There you go. It's a pop-up box that has a lot of things. This question title is actually the first field. Usually, if you want to get, for example, BIA survey, we want to get the name. So the field name is this one. So we want to get the name. So you type there, name. So is a name, what is this help text now? Help text is to provide user a friendly guide. So what do you mean? Should I enter my name first, or last? Give a name or last name? Which one should go first? For example, my requirement, because I want to have a standard, so I can sort it later by family name or last name. So I will instruct them. Help text will be last name first, followed by nickname. So last name followed by nickname. Period. Separate family name with a comma and a space. I'm very strict. I want your last name first, followed by a comma, a space, and then the nickname. So, period, and then example. Let's have an example. Period, and then example. The word example, and then colon. Example. Okay, the word example. So this will serve as a guide to our respondents. So the word example is important. So can you backspace? Or type the word example. No, the word example itself. Yes, the word example. So example, colon, space, Garcia, comma, space, Gary. I want everyone who will fill out the form to follow my example. So that's the help text. That is used to guide the respondents. Now, question type, multiple choice? No, it's not a multiple choice, but we have this kind of object. So it is a text box. So click a text box. Now, is this a required question? Of course, I want to know your name. So I'll check it. So when they skip this field, form will automatically alert them that it's a required field. That is why usually in a form, asterisk with the color red, required question. So check it. So it will look like this. And then if you notice advanced settings, can you click the drop down? Data validation. We use this for the name because I have a specific instruction. Can you check the data validation? And it's not a number, but a text. Text, and then contains, does not contain email address. Take note, later we will use it, but let's select contains. And then for the text, I'm very strict. I want to have the family name first, followed by a comma, and the space, followed by the nickname. So, in the data validation, it should contain what? A comma and a space. Okay? So a comma, press a comma, space. Now, if they did not follow this, I will have a custom error text, which means, click here, and then please follow the example. Okay? And you type there, please follow the example. So if they don't know how to follow, students, are there students here? Or even not students, sometimes respondents, they don't know how to follow instruction. So you guide them with the use of help text, and you prevent them from entering an invalid text. And then place an error message if in case they did not follow it. Click Done. That's it. We're done with the first field. It is made required with the use of asterisk. Now, how can you see the result of this? How is it done? Because right now we are in the edit mode. If you notice, we have here View Live Form. Click it. And you are now ready to use it. Actually, if you know the URL, if you can type it now, you can fill out the form. Okay, can you type your name without following my instruction, please? Type anything. So, your given name first and then your last name. Don't follow my instruction. Don't put a comma. Your given name first and then last name. Don't follow instruction. Because, you know, respondents, they sometimes don't follow instruction. So what will happen if the respondents submit without following the instruction? Click it. Please follow the example. Where's the example? My example is this. You found last name first, comma, and then nickname. So this is to prevent the user entering something that is not supposed to be entered. Okay? Okay. Let's proceed. Let's click Edit this form to go back to the editing mode. Or you can go back to that one. You can actually close it. We have two forms now, if you notice. Okay, so let's add, aside from the name, we want to know their email address. Okay, so we will create a new item, or we can copy. If you move your mouse pointer somewhere here, there you go. We can copy. That the first one is to edit. If you want to edit this, the existing one. If you want to duplicate this one or to copy, just click duplicate. So, scroll down a little. So, all you need to do is type email. Type email, please. Instead of name, because the name we already have it, we just duplicated the icon, the item, and then just type email. So, since this is an email, we change the help text. So, let's say, Google account, please. Google, please, or Google account, please. Because, you know, I require my students, as a teacher, because I'm using this one, I require my students, at the beginning of the school year, one major requirement is that you need to have your Gmail account, or Google account. Because if not, I have no way of informing you what is your standing in my class. Because I automated everything as much as possible, you know, to have less headache. Now, since this is an email, we change also, if this is a required question, we change the settings to, so click it, please, contains email address, and then change the instruction. Double check your email, for example. Double check your email. So you may or may not provide it, but for the respondents to be guided, double check your email address. Oh, wait. You went back to the previous item. You went back to the previous. So this should be name. That's the name, because we have, if you notice, this is the email, but we're editing this. I don't know what happened, but that's why I'm nervous when I'm talking and then manipulating the computer. So we have to change this to name, to put it back as name, because it's actually for the name, and we're supposed to edit this one. So type name here, name, and then click done, and then just click here, click and then click set advanced settings. Oh, okay, scroll down, double check your email. There you go. You know, it's really hard to manipulate that one. It's Windows. That's why I'm having a hard time. So click done. And then let's go back to view live form. Click view live form. So let's enter a name. So please enter a valid name now. Last name, comma, space, given name. You're not following instruction. Very strict teacher, so strict. Okay, just put anything. Without the correct format for an email, just put anything. Put anything. Type anything. Don't follow instruction. Okay, .com for example. In this case, you don't have a way of detecting it yet. Okay, click submit. It will accept because it's a valid email. The question now is, what if you are requiring them to have a Gmail account? What do you think is the solution? What is the solution? So kindly close that window. Yes, close that window also. And then let's click edit this font. Close that window also, because we have opened several. Stay on this page. Edit this form. Edit. There you go. So even though we close the other one, it's also updated. Now the question is, how can we be strict with @gmail.com?
Data validation.
Data validation, correct. Let's go back to data validation. Advanced settings. Must contain or contains. What is the content now? The @gmail.com. But I don't want to be so strict. Sometimes I allow, okay, if you don't have, you may supply another email. So in that case, you have to be flexible. So I think email address is enough. So it's up to you now. It's your discussion. What do you want to do? Okay? So just click here, email address. But if it's up to you now if you want to make it all @gmail.com or any valid email address will do. So it's up to you now, okay? Okay? Click done. So okay, let's create another item. So we're done with, I am done with if you notice, we have several. So I have not discussed everything, all the settings there. So try to experiment on your own. So we're done with text. Sometimes you ask for mailing address, not the email address, but for the snail mail, the one we use to send the paper. So you make use of paragraph text so they can enter the actual email, actual address. Or sometimes, if it's comments or suggestion, you make use of paragraph text. So, okay, click paragraph text. And then, let's say for English teacher or for language teacher, at least minimum of 200, 300 characters. So how can you do that? So for this type of object, let's go to the advanced, let's say, insight, for example, your insight about, the question title will be insight about the training. Go. Insight about the training. So, for example, I will ask for your suggestion. I have my own evaluation form created because I want to improve how I conduct trainings. So I make use of this one, insight about the training, and I want to make it an open-ended. So I make use of paragraph text. But if you're a language teacher and you're very strict with, you should have at least this number, X number of characters, you may click advanced, and then data validation, and then text minimum number character count. So just make sure, select the minimum, at least the minimum. And then let's say for an essay, short essay, it should be 300 characters, including spaces, periods, and comma. So 300 characters. So it's up to you now. For a language teacher, it's up to you. What do you want to do? Or be concise in giving your comment. So you have the ceiling maximum. Right? This time it's minimum. But you can also use the other one, which is the maximum number, because some students, they want to comment a lot of things. Sometimes it's not necessary. So you put a ceiling. The number of characters should be up to that count. Whether you use minimum or maximum, it's up to you now. You decide. And then, again, custom error text, you give them a guideline. So, For example, okay, let's not make it a requirement, or let's not validate this one. So it's up to you now to decide if you will ask them to give their insight with the minimum number or maximum number. So let's not check this one and then click done. Let's not make it required. So in a survey, usually you don't require them to answer everything, because supposed to be in a survey you don't include the name, right? So in a survey, to make it valid, you don't include the name. But for the purpose of our discussion, I included the email and the name. Okay, next. Let's say, so it's a survey. We want to add another item and make use of, how do we know if she's a female or male? So let's add another field, multiple choice. And then gender. Male or female, that's it. So gender, and then option 1 will be male, and then female. Now, you may use multiple choice, or, can you click that? Choose from a list. So, let's click done. So you'll see how it looks like. Click done, and then view live form. There you go. So, a gender, the drop-down list is like this. Okay? While the multiple choice, male, female, and then the range button. That's the difference between the two. Multiple choice or from the list. So let's close that window. And okay, so let's go back here. So if you click it again. If you make use of multiple choice, it's the same thing, but the thing is, the choices are already displayed. That's the difference. So let's click done, and then, am I fast? No. Okay, thank you. So let's add another choice. So usually, we ask for civil status. So let's make use of multiple choice. So you can see the difference between a multiple choice and drop-down list. So civil status. So civil status can be single, married. Okay, so civil status. No, I mean civil status. The question title will be. How do you say it here? Okay. Okay. Marital status. Single. No, what I mean is, for example, civil status. It's a single, married, separated, widower, etc., etc.
Same thing.
Okay, so civil status. Let's put civil status here. So the choices now will be single, married, separated. In Facebook, they have this, it's complicated. I don't know why life is so complicated. Let's make it simple. And then, okay, if you have the choices and sometimes you don't know what will be the response of the user, we can click Add Other. Meaning, if the civil status is not from the list, you can select Other and then you type your own answer. You can answer widow or widower or it's complicated. Sige, let's give them the chance on that. So click there and then let's view again live form so you can see that this is drop down, so you can choose from the list or multiple choice. And then Other, you can supply. Okay? Sige. Okay. Well, if you click submit, we have, okay? So that is the use of required field. So for these 2 or 3 at the bottom, we did not check required field. So it's up to you now as the designer of the form to check these things. Okay? So let's go back to the form. Close it, because we have this one already. Next item. Okay, check boxes. check boxes, for example, hobbies or sports. So okay, let's type sports or hobbies. Okay, hobbies. Hobby. Hobby. Okay, hobbies. For example, go. Type anything. Eating, drinking, okay, singing, reading, what else? So you have a lot of choice. The difference of a checkbox from a multiple choice is that you can select many, one or more. Compared to multiple choice, you can only select one. That's the difference. So let's have several. So for example, singing, reading, eating, let's put eating. And then let's provide them other again. So this is to make leeway for the choices. Okay, so let's say, okay, click this one. To remove an item, you just click this one. Okay, now for example, let's make it, well, don't close that, no, don't click that one. Let's make the choices alphabetically arranged. How can you do that? Do you have to type it again? No. You just click and hold here and then drag. No, this one, if you can see that one. Drag, click and drag. There you go. So, okay, again. Until singing. Click and hold here. And, okay, that's better. Okay, and then you can drag down reading RS. So in between eating and singing. There you go. There you go. So to arrange the choices. Okay? And then done again. Or if you require them, so it means there should be at least one. Okay? So they have different settings for the advanced settings depending on the object that you are adding. Next. Okay. Drop down, choose from the list, scale. Okay. Since it's a survey, we have the scale. What is a scale? Okay, so let me do it for you. Just for this one. So, for example, how do you find the session? Spying the session so far. Oh, it's hard to. How do you find the session so far? So, let's say we have 1 to 4. 4 is, so 1 to 4, meaning the help text now will be, you have to explain, don't like it, sorry. Poor, comma, 2 is for, how do you say that? Average, okay, average. 3 is yes, okay, good, good. And then 4 is excellent. What is happening here? And average, and then excellent. So now you have to write here the label. For one is poor, while the next one is excellent. So the users or the respondents are guided what it is. So it looks like this. So when you click view live form, you have this, so you can do this. So that is why it's a scale. Okay? Next, so edit, or let's close this one. Close, close, leave this page. So we have this one. And then next is, okay, let me, okay, date and time is so easy. Time, it's easy also. Okay, let me skip this two. Let me focus on grid. Because usually, for an evaluation, you need to have a grid. A grid is, for example, please create the following. Now, what will be the row 1? Row 1 will be, let's say, venue. Next is the food. And then speaker. let's SPAQ. So that's the row header. We're creating a table. Okay, sige. Okay. Okay, column heading will be, for example, it's like the heading for the grid. Highly okay. Let me abbreviate it, okay? So highly satisfactory, moderately satisfactory, unsatisfactory, okay? So it will look like this, okay? I just abbreviated so I won't waste time typing a lot of words. So in this case, when we view this one, can we have another volunteer? Can we have another volunteer? Oh no. Can we have another volunteer, please? Oh, look at the screen! Yeah, I'm trying to connect. Can we have another volunteer to manipulate the computer? Please, thank you. Okay, good, thank you. We have internet still. Can you click view live form now? So the grid will be like this. Okay? So this is a survey. Usually it is used for a survey, the grid. Okay? Now, let's say you have a lot of items. Or for example, if this is an evaluation, not a survey, we have part 1 of evaluation, objective type. Part 2, reasoning. Part 3, something about the topic. So we need to divide the questions. So we go back to edit this form. For our section header is basic information or basic info. Basic info, and then done. So the basic info contains the name and the email. So, and then the rest is about the survey. So let's insert again, insert, and then section header. Let's say, please tell us more. Let's say that's the, I don't know what. Do you have any suggestion for the header for the inside the training, the actual evaluation? Give us details. Give me more details. Let's say, for example, give me more details. Or give me details. Okay. Okay, done. So give more details. So click and hold this part, this one, and then drag it down until this part. Click done, and then click and hold, and then move it. Okay, release. There you go. So it's a section header. How is it different from the one we have on top? Okay, can you click view live form now? The description is the title and then the form description. You may or may not put the description. So you may explain the purpose of this survey is for us to improve the training, the future training. So we have coming from, that's the header for the basic information, and then give us more details, so we have these things. Okay. Anyway, we have basic info, the gender, the civil status should be part of the basic information. So all we need to do is drag them to the top about giving more details. So that is a section header. Now, the other one, if you have several items, you have a lot of things to ask, especially in an evaluation, you have a lot of items. Sometimes you need to cut the question, or you need to have another page. In reality, in the written form of evaluation, you have several pages. So that is where we insert page break. So let's go back to editing this form, edit this form, and then let's insert page break. So you'll see how page break differs from section header. So let's say, what title do we have for the second page? So can we invent a title? So second page, okay, done. So let's move it somewhere down, lower part of the, okay, let's say above this one, please rate the following. Okay. Okay, there you go. Yes. Okay. Okay. And let's view live form again. Take note that second page is not here, and the comment, what is the after second page? It's there, continue, which means it's the second page. It's the continuation of the previous one. So it means this is to prevent too long forms, too many items, and sometimes it's not good for a student. Oh, this is discouraging, this is too long. But if you divide the page, let's say, per page you have 5 items, they don't know how many questions you will have, right? So they will keep on picking continue. They don't know when this will continue ends. So that's the use of second page. So, but the thing is, it's not healthy to give that long. So we can edit again the document, and then there you go. Scroll up. Okay, can you press Control and then scroll up so we can zoom in, so we can see this one? We can check this one, show progress bar at the bottom of the page, and then view live form. So we can guide the user or the respondents, what is their progress? Okay, there you go. 50% complete because you're on the first page. If you're on the second page, it's 100%. So that's the use of checking that. Let's go back to the edit form, and then let's discuss the second item. Only allow one respondent per person. Because sometimes if it's an evaluation, and sometimes a student, are there students here? They don't like the teacher, so they will evaluate several times the teacher. It's unfair for the teachers, right? So we can make use of this one, to allow one respondent per student. The thing is, it will require a login name. So it's not healthy for an evaluation to enter an email address or the login information. So when do you use this one, the second checkbox? If it's an evaluation, or meaning it's an assessment of the student or a quiz, just one. But I don't use this frequently because sometimes the student, when I do not require, even if I require students, sometimes when they press enter, the thing is the focus of the cursor is on the submit button. So even if they are not yet done and pressing enter will submit the form, it will be unfair for the students. So I do not use allow one respondent. So which means I will ask them, okay, take it again. It's not my fault that you click submit, but you have to take it again. Or another option for that is you click the back button on the upper left of the window. Now, the third one, I like this one. The third one is that, in our laboratory, if you saw the video, 1 unit, 1 student. There's no division. If I am conducting a quiz, it's easy for them to look at the monitor and then copy. They can do that because if I check this without really them reading the question, the real item, if they will just check which, for example, I'm not so smart. My seatmate is smart. Oh, number 1, it's the second option. They don't read the entire question. But if I check this, it will shuffle the question. Okay? So to prevent copying. Oh, it's so easy to read. Okay, another solution. Scroll down. Another solution to that is that if they know that it is shuffled, they will look for the actual answer. Or let's say, for example, let's go back to the multiple choice. Okay, or for these two parts, click this one. In the let's say this is a quiz, multiple choice quiz, not really civil status. Let's go to the advanced settings. Advanced settings, you can also shuffle the choices. Do you get it? Okay, that question, the second item is the answer. But, smart, I'm smarter than them. I will shuffle also the choices. If it's single, married, other, for the next student, it will not be the same order. So if they memorize, oh, it's the second option for that question, it's the second answer. It's the second option. No, it's not always the case. So I have no problem them looking at the monitor of their classmate. And of course, as teachers, you have to go around while conducting an evaluation and assessment. Okay? So, there you go. We have a different advanced setting per item. So trying to explore on this advanced setting. So the same goes for this one. The advanced settings for this is random, and shuffle order. And then you can also data validate because we have other. Sometimes you have to require that they have to have an answer if they select other, not the answer is other. Okay? So you may require them that at least exactly the same, or so these are the choices. Okay, so different object, different advanced settings. Okay, click done. Okay, hey, it's like putting the paper question in an electronic format. How do you, I don't know, I have not implemented an evaluation to compare or to react on an image because we can insert an image. So let's create a new item, insert on top, and then let's say text. Oh, sorry. We have delete that one, insert, and then image. Why do we have to insert an image in an evaluation? Because sometimes you want to know the opinion of the student about a picture. So we make use of an image. So drag, choose an image to upload, or if you don't have it here, again, the power of Google Drive is that you can go to take a snapshot by URL or more using your Google Drive or your album if you're using Google Plus or Google Photos. See? For example, click Google Drive, please, and then type there GEG. Type here GEG, and then search. Or click the magnifying glass, and then click anywhere, select anything. Okay, this is my logo for the first meetup of Google Educators Group of Ortigas. So bridging, this will happen on March 28, 2015. This is the venue, this is the school in San Juan, Metro Manila, in the Philippines. So this is how you will register. So this is a sample image, okay? So example, this is a picture. How is my layout? How's my layout? So it's up here now. So this thing, the reason why we have this Mary icon, I don't know if you've heard of the Philippines. Part of the history of the Philippines is that people power. I don't know if you've heard of people power. Ferdinand Marcos was our former president for 20 plus years. He declared martial law, and people don't like martial law. And Ninoy Aquino, who is a senator, went back to the Philippines and he got shot at the airport in front of a lot of people. That move by, I don't know, maybe Ferdinand Marcos, the former president, agitated the Filipino people to make a peaceful revolution. I don't know if you've heard of it. Feb 25 was the 29th year of people power in the Philippines. I don't know if you know. So this icon is very significant because Corazon Aquino, who was the former president, who is the wife of Ninoy Aquino, started revolutionizing with the, Corazon Aquino is a faithful follower of Mary, Mother Mary. So it was the symbol of people power of the Philippines. So imagine people, the civilians, in front of several tanks, and they were ordered by the president to bomb the people. Of course, the people in the tanks, they have conscience, and a lot of civilian peoples are in front of them. They cannot do it. They cannot kill these people. So that's our history. I was 12 years old then. Okay, so you can insert an image, and then scroll down, and then done. You can align it in the middle, center, right side, the usual, and then now this is an image, and then we want to ask them to react about the image. So we insert a paragraph text based on the figure given. Okay, so if you want to put the title, you can click edit, and then let's say figure 1. In our quizzes, we have figure 1, figure 2. Based on figure 1, blah, blah, blah. So you have the questions. So type figure 1 and then done, and done. And then you insert now, click done, and then you insert now a paragraph text. So they can react on the image. So we may or may not include another paragraph text. But you can also include insert, and then scroll down, please, scroll down. If there's more, I think, scroll down. Make use of that one. Okay, okay, let's add item from here. Item and then video. Aside from image, you can also insert the video. Because sometimes we want students to pay attention first, and then evaluate, give a reaction using an image or a video. So when you use this one, you can search for a video, the way you search for any video from YouTube. So what do you like? Okay, let's look for people power. People power. Space power. Yeah. So we'll okay. Yeah. Traffic in EDSA was so bad. At 200 meters distance, it will take you several hours. So it's better to walk if it's 200 meters. It's in the city. It's in the main. Anyway, let's not use that one for other video. Anything. Just give a keyword and then it will be inserted. It's bad news. Traffic in EDSA. Some nights. What's that? Okay, so anyway, you can select this one, a fun education, okay? Okay, click it, just click it. And then select. Select. So you can have a preview before you can really insert it. And then if you want to put a title for the video, you may. Figure 2 or fun education. And then click done. So you can do the same thing, and then, so in that case, again, you have to supply another paragraph text so they can give their reaction to the video. Okay? Okay, now. Okay, now, so what else do we need to do? Let's say we're done with the survey, we're done with, what do you call this, with an evaluation. So we will implement them now. Before we implement them, click view please, click like form. Before we implement them, of course we want to have some design because it's too plain, it's too boring. So we edit again the form, and then we can change theme. And then you can select now. Upon selecting a form, for example, let's make use of, you select one, you choose one. Okay, so there you go. Now, okay, I don't like this color for the text, I don't like this color for the help text. You can customize the selected theme by clicking customize. So you can click title, for example. And then you want to change the color of the text, change the color of the text to another color. So click any color. And then you want to change the font style, the font, make it in bold format. It's the same thing you do in Microsoft Word, in any word processing document. You can change the font size or make it in bold format. Medium. Okay, so if you notice, it changes. Make it large if you don't like it. Question, that is for the description. Okay? For the question, which is this part, you can change a different, you can assign a different color for each, for all the things that we have there. Okay? There you go. So it is a standard for all the question that you have orange. And then for the help text, for each question, you can also change the color. And then if it's multiple choice for the option or check boxes, you can have a different color for them or different font style. So you can change a lot of things. You can do a lot of things. So let's not do all those formatting because there's a more exciting thing with the use of form. I want to discuss how do you automatically check? How do you send it to students? Actual result of the automatic checking. So let's not deal with that one. Let's click view line up, click change, click this one to see the. Can you scroll up first? Scroll up, and then back to defaults. There you go. And then more, and then view line form. So you have the sign form. So before you implement them, so let's implement them. Can I have 5 volunteers to fill out the form? Do you have internet connection? Yes? Okay, kindly, okay, let's have a review. How do we create a shortener? We go to, let's highlight the URL, you copy, and then gg.gg, it's easier to remember. gg.gg, and then enter. No, just gg.gg. .gg, enter, and then paste the URL, check the customized link, check this one, and then DIU 123. No, DIU for Delta India. Daffodil. So it's easier to remember. So if you have internet connection, please visit gg.gg/DIU123. For sure, it's unique. Shorten. Oh! Okay, it's 456. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Shorten. Okay, so kindly visit gg.gg/DIU12345 if you have internet connection. So we have respondents, so we can discuss how to automatically check. The thing with this one, the thing that we have created, it's not really an evaluation or assessment, it's a survey. So, I will show, it's okay. Let's say the gender should be male, that's the correct answer. Then the hobby should be eating, nothing else. So these are objective, so the automatic checking is good only for objective type, for the exact answer. So what is the solution? If you have paragraph, I'll discuss it later. So please, for now, kindly visit gg.gg/DIU123456 in any mobile device with internet connection. While they are, I hope you will fill out the form because I will ask sir to show what is happening if we can check the students if they're answering properly. Don't tell them that we are picking on their answers. So how do we check their answers, or who's answering, or who submitted already? So we can do that by clicking View Responses. Please visit, because no one is responding yet. Come on, please fill out the form. This was created earlier when we had the initial objects. Please visit gg.gg/diu123456. And you will see, as a teacher, you can see who submitted already and who submitted first. Sometimes teachers would like to give more credit for those who submitted early. So, this is the okay, copy. Okay. Okay. Again, for those with internet connection, please fill out or visit gg.gg/diu123456 so we can have actual data. So later you will see how well you perform. Okay. So, meaning, okay, you click submit because we already have it.
Excuse me, sir. I think we can continue if we don't select anything in the hobbies part.
Okay, can you change the setting of that, please? Yeah, there's a problem. Can you change the setting? Let's go back to the form. Now, if you're in the sheet view, worksheet view, let's say you're here, you can go back to the form by clicking form and then edit form. So what is the setting? Can we change the setting now? Can you please tell us which item?
Hobbies.
Hobbies. Okay, hobbies should be click and then what is the setting here? No, okay, just click anywhere here. There you go. Scroll down and then advanced setting. Must select. Okay, so let's check this. Okay, that's it. What else? What else? Which field has a validation? Okay, continue. Okay, you have to refresh this one to apply the changes. Okay, so you can fill it out again. So make sure, before you implement them, the lesson here is that before you implement something, you do it first. Because in automatic checking, you have to give the answer key. The answer key will come from the answer of the teacher. So, okay? So you can type your name, fill out please the form. So comma, space. Okay, question? And then you want to okay, wow, that's great. We have 8 respondents as of now. Do you want to receive feedback later using automatic checking? Yes. When you create a form, every question, every field that you discussed, it is automatically creating a field. Whatever field name you declare, it will be used as the header of the column. Isn't it great? The thing is, it added a timestamp wherein when they click submit, what time, who submitted first. So in case you don't think that this person answered honestly, you have you have suspicion that you copied it from the other person. So you have timestamp. What do you mean?
Duplicate, I think, can be from the duplicate.
Yes, they can, because we did not check the allow one respondent. If you check that, they will only one. Yes, one answer. Okay. Yes, we have example now. So I will close it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's continue. Okay, what's next? Okay. How do we... Okay, we have two things here. First, we will email all the responses of the student or of the respondent using their email address. Okay? Now, to do that, please take note of the steps because it's not part of the Get Trained under Google for Education. You can go to add-ons. I have added a lot of add-ons. Please take note of Autocrat, Flubaroo, and Yam. Again, Autocrat, Flubaroo, and Yam. These are add-ons. If you don't have it, all you need to do is click add-ons and then get add-ons. Can we click get add-ons? Let's say we don't have Yam or Flubaroo or Autocrat. You just type there Yam. The color of that is red and black. Yam. M. One more M. And then enter. You will see this one. Yet another mail merge. So all you need to do is, if it's not there yet, it will be free. So just click free and then you have to accept again the condition and then, so let's close it. Upon clicking free and accepting the condition, so close it now because I have already added this one. You will see that it will be available in your add-ons. So I have added 3 because these are the things that I use. Now let's move fast now. Let's make use of Yam because they have different features. Number 1, for Yam, you can create a mail merge. Okay, using my account, let's press Control T please. Control T. Control T. So we will create a new tab. Control T, type gmail.com. So we will go to my email. This now is the integration of Forms, Sheets, and Gmail using the add-on Yam. Kindly click Compose. Okay. Now, let's skip first the 2, and then the subject is mail merge using Yam. So you can type any subject, but in this case, I will make use of mail merge using Yam. So when you receive the email, because you will receive an email, you will see that this email is created using Yam. So for the body, okay, dear, and then this is the most technical thing that you will do using Yam if you're not a technical person. Dear space dollar percentage name percentage. Okay. Comma. So this means, and then press enter please. So we will have after the comma. So give a space. Another one. Two more. Yeah. One more. There you go. So this means that dear actual name. It will be replaced with the actual name. And then here, you have to compose now the body of the email. So dear name. I know you are, let's have a sample body. I know you are a male. So you are space, dollar, gender, dollar, percentage, gender, dollar sign. Period. Dollar sign. No, sorry, percentage, and then period. And your email is dollar sign, percentage, email. So make use of the exact column header or the field or the question title. So let's make it simple as this. Period. So let's say we have a lot of things to say. So just make use of dollar, percentage, field name, dollar sign. Now, take note of the subject because it's important. Mail merge using Yam. So just go back to the sheet. Where is our sheet? That one. Okay. Using mail merge, we go to add-ons, Yam, start mail merge. Whew. Yes. And then we will identify our draft. Okay, the recipient column is the email. Okay, because it displays all the fields in our spreadsheet. Save, and then it will ask us if you have lots of draft composed email, it's important now to declare. That is why I ask you to remember the subject. The subject is mail merge. There you go. You want to track those who open, so send mail. So we don't have a test, just send it. I don't know if there's something wrong with my email or our composition. Please check now. It's sending. Okay, it's done. Click OK. Check your email for those who fill out the form. Can you check your email? What's inside your email? Is there something wrong with the email? So, can you click inbox, please? I don't know if we have. Okay, those are my students. So, this one will be replaced with your actual data. Your name, your email. So, you can use this. I suggest you use YAM to delegate tasks. For example, you have the name, bring, whatever it is, deadline. So, organize them using spreadsheet. And then send them using YAM. That's the use of YAM. Now, it's not automatic checking because it's not used for automatic checking. Let's go back to our sheet. Let's now automatically check this one. Okay, add-ons again, you have to add Flubaroo because we will now use Flubaroo. Flubaroo, and then enable Flubaroo because it's not yet enabled, but I already added it as an add-on. Okay, and then go back to add-ons again, and then Flubaroo, grade assignment. Look how it is done. Again, we have paragraph. You cannot really automatically check paragraph. Please, don't do that as a teacher. It's a bad habit to automatically check. Don't rely on technology too much. Now, so name, it is used to identify a student. Email, it is used to identify a student. Inside about the training, it's not, you don't put, this is an example of a composition, or you have to read it. So you click not the drop down and skip grading because you have to read it first. Okay, so you have a different way of checking that. So gender, you skip grading or identify the student. Civil status, identify the student. So since this is not really an assessment or an evaluation to the students, so it's a survey, 2-in-1, we have this option. Now, if it's a hobby, if your hobby is eating, I'll give 5 points. Anyway, the thing is, using points, you cannot assign a point for singing. Because in here, if you answer hobbies, the only correct answer is hobbies, and you get 5 points, or the assigned points. You cannot have, as of now, it's not yet a feature that way. If you select eating, you'll get 3 points. If you select singing, you'll get 1 point. There's no way. Because this is an add-on, not created by Google, but allowed by Google. So you may now, so favorite food. Okay, let's have, oh, we forgot something. We will assign you as the correct answer. We will compare all your answers with your answer because you are the one who answered the unit. Okay, so let's say we identify everything. Scroll down. Please rate. Let's check something. Let's make. Okay, let's make. I think this is created using, when we use YAM, it automatically added a column, which is to state the status of YAM, meaning email sent. Automatically it is added. So since we are using the same, select skip grading. Okay, let's give 5 points for those who answered blank. Okay, so and scroll down. Identify. So at least we have how many correct points? Okay, let's make use of gender. Just an example, okay? Let's make it 1 point. Civil status, 1 point also. Let's say the correct answer is whatever your answer is. And then hobbies, whatever your answer is. Okay, so that's 5 points. Okay, scroll down and then next, go to the next one. Let's not scroll down using the bigger window, the side scroll bar. Move down. Let's. Where's it? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Solution. Continue. We zoomed in earlier so we can see it properly. So click continue. Click continue, please, and then we will now identify who is the answer key. Your answer is the answer key, so please select your entry. So we will compare. So before you implement, as a teacher, you have to provide the answer key by you answering the form first, the evaluation. So select your entry. You have selected it already? There you go. And then click continue. Click continue again because it's deactivated earlier. Click continue. And then, take note. It is creating a new spreadsheet where the results are being calculated. Click view grades. Okay, a lot of you are failing, or all of you failed. It's okay, it's just the process is more important than the output. Okay, so we have the summary. Possible points is 12 points, average point is 5.81. Counted submission, there are 16 who filled out the form. Number of low questions, 2 items. If you can see, it will be highlighted if you scroll to the side. There you go. They are highlighting which item has the most number of wrong answers. So it is for our use. As a teacher, maybe you have a problem with a question. Actually, all the questions are a problem because it's not a question. Now, it's automatically checked. And you can see scroll to the left, please. You can see the percentage. Now, how can you email it to the students? Let's go back to add-ons. Add-ons, and then, sorry, we make use of Flubaroo, right? Flubaroo, and then email grades. I won't tell you what to do because it's so easy. Go. Include answer key. Would you like to include an answer key? It's up to you. Would you like to include the list of questions and scores? It's up to you. Would you like to include an optional message? It's up to you. Then click continue. Here's the result. You will see how it looks like when you receive it through your email. I did not use my presentation anymore. Anyway, everything that I discussed is there. It's a bit long. Yeah. Okay, 16. Okay, click. Okay, check your email now, please. That's how it looked like for the point of view of a student, or for the point of view of the respondents of the form. Please, can you go to my email? Let's see. I think they will send me an email. Can you delete this one? And then kindly refresh. Refresh. Sorry, that one. Sorry. Right. Refresh. Yeah. Okay, here. There you go. Record grades. So I have the summary. And you received all the details. Okay, there's one more add-on, which is AutoCAD. Usually, for a seminar like this, we need to have certificates, right? I don't give myself a headache creating certificate one at a time. That's the power of AutoCAD. I will not discuss that, but I have a video for that one. Can you go back to my presentation, please? And let's, wow, there you go. Presentation, the color orange, the next one to the right, There you go. And then scroll down. Let's double check if I missed something. Anyway, those are instructions for, I'll ask you. We make use of name and Gmail. You can also use, you ask for URL. So using Lubaru, now AutoCAD. Where is AutoCAD video? Can you scroll down? Scroll down. There is no AutoCAD. Okay, let's go to YouTube. I thought I inserted it there. AutoCAD is so powerful we're in. It's like YAM, it's a combination of YAM, but it also creates a different document. It automatically inserts a document in your email. And it can be triggered using, when you click the submit button using a form, you can automatically send right after the submit button. You can do that using AutoCAD. So let's make use of AutoCAD. Jay Atwood. Jay Atwood is one of our trainers for the Google Teacher Academy. Go. Click it and let's watch it. Hi, Jay Atwood. Go. And so Jay Atwood, where is that? Can you click back? Okay, Jay Atwood, AutoCAD, this one, that one. Okay, can you maximize?
Hi there, I'm Jay Atwood, and we're going to explore AutoCAD, the document merge script written by Tim Cargan for New Visions for Public Schools. AutoCAD is a Google Apps script that's available in the add-on store of the new Google Spreadsheets. It was originally written by Andrew Stillman, but has recently been rewritten from the ground up by Tim Cargan. It allows you to merge information from a spreadsheet into a Google Doc or even into another spreadsheet. The first thing you're going to need to do is install AutoCAD from the add-on store. So you get add-ons, and you can scroll through the list or search for AutoCAD. When you install it, you'll first have to authorize it. The nice thing about the new way that add-ons work is that they're always available. You only need to install it once. You can learn more about the script, or just dismiss this notification. The first time you run it, you'll get a little prompt here asking you to provide some feedback to New Visions for Public Schools. As you can see, the panel on the right side of the spreadsheet is where all the action happens. Now remember, AutoCAD is a document merge script, so it takes data that's saved in a spreadsheet. In this case, let's pretend that this is a workshop sign-up form for a workshop that I've led, where I've got the name of my participants, the school that they work at, the workshop, their Twitter handle, and their email address. And I want to use this information to create a certificate of attendance for a workshop that I'm leading. So I'll be using the column headers here as placeholders in the Google Doc for the certificate. Let me jump over to the certificate that I've already created. As you can see here, I've got all the text, I've got some images, and I've got placeholders here for your name, for the workshop title, for their school. I'm using their name again twice. You can use it as many times as you'd like, and also for their Twitter handle. You notice that each of them have these double brackets or chevrons on each side. You can apply any font you want and any formatting, and that will be created in each of the docs that AutoCAD generates. Now make sure that you use only alphanumeric characters in between these brackets, and that it matches exactly what you have in the column headers of your spreadsheet. Now here's a little tip. In your drive, it's probably best if you keep the template and the spreadsheet in the same folder. It just helps you stay organized. Now that you've got all your assets with the spreadsheet and the template doc ready to go, you can start running AutoCAD. The first thing you'll need to do from your spreadsheet is add that template document. So click on Add Template, and a file picker will open up. You can search for the file, or if you know where it's saved, you can drill down into the folder. Select the template doc, and notice that you get a little hint here that the doc must have valid merge tags. So select that. So in the panel on your right, you now have your document template listed. If you need to remove it, you can with a little X. You want to click on the name itself, it will open it up so you can double check. And if everything is okay, you can click Use this template. Now we need to map the tags. We map the merge tags that you've identified in your Google Doc with the column headers from the spreadsheet. Now, I always recommend that you use the same exact column headers as you did on the merge tags of the document. That way this is a lot easier. AutoCrat will go ahead and it will try to match up what it thinks is the best fit. You can always go through and change it if you wish. And if you have more than one sheet in your spreadsheet, you can select that from the drop-down. If you make any changes, be sure to click the little refresh button. And if everything's okay, click Save to move to the next step. In the Merge Settings tab, AutoCrat allows you to set the file naming convention to use. It gives you variables here that come right from your spreadsheet. So if you want to name each document uniquely, you can by adding people's name and anything else you want. There are various file types that you can create using AutoCrat, either a Google Doc or a PDF. In this case, I'm going to create a Google Doc. Now if you want to keep these docs just for yourself, you don't have to do this next step, but if you want to share them back with the participants in this case, you check this box and you get an option to edit the email that will go to each participant. When the Edit Email Compose window comes up, you can start to fill this in. And you can still use the variables that come straight from your doc. There are various types of docs that you can attach. You can attach a Google Doc that they can view only, that they can edit, that they can comment upon, or that's only viewable by the link. Or you could convert it to a PDF and attach that file. That's what I'm going to do in this case. Click Save. Now you're ready to go on to the next step, so say it again. And you'll notice in the background that AutoCrat has created some new columns for me with black fill colors. Please don't modify these because AutoCrat needs them to fill in these merging docs. Now you're basically ready to run the merge. You can check out the FAQ, which gives you some information on the limitations of Google scripts. There are also some advanced features, so let's take a look at those. In the advanced settings, you have a couple of options here. First off, you could set a conditional merge option. So if you had another column in which you had identified different groups, let's say, you could change the setting here, and if that particular condition were true, AutoCrat would run the merge. If it's not true, it would leave those lines blank. That's a good thing to do if you may have two different forms and you want to give to two different groups. So you can actually run that twice if you'd like. I'll show you how at the end. You also here have the option to select a particular folder that you want to save the merged documents in. If you don't create a folder, AutoCrat will create one for you. So don't worry about this. I'm just going to go back because I haven't changed any of these settings. So that's it. Let's go ahead and run our merge and see what happens. You just have to go back and run it a second time by going back and changing the original template. So that's it for the new AutoCrat that's been completely rewritten by Tim Cargan. I'm pretty proud of this because Tim is one of my former students who's been working with Andrew Stillman and the team at Visions for Public Schools.
Thanks, Dave. Okay, you saw how AutoCrat works. It's really different from Flugaloo. It's different from Yam. So I suggest you make use of it depending on the need, your need. Okay? Do you have any question? Because it's the end of this training. I know time is not enough. It's always like that, especially if we have internet connection. 1.5 hours is not enough. So, question. It's very clear, right? So, you can see now that the power of Gmail, the power of Sheet, the power of Docs, because we have created Docs here, the power of Form is so great, but you have to use it. You cannot use a Microsoft Word. You cannot add an add-on using Word document because there's no add-ons. Okay? What else? Enjoy, explore. This is just a teaser for everyone. Tomorrow we will discuss where can, well, okay. I think I created a notepad. How can you get all these things aside from my presentation, which is very limited? You can go to, again I mentioned, it's not there anymore. You can go to Google for Education. Google it. Just go to Chrome browser, you type Google for Education. No, just type Google for Education. You don't need to. When you use Google Chrome, The best thing is that you don't have to go to google.com. Just go directly, go for Google for Education, get training, and then get trained. And then you will see everything in all the sessions that we have here. It's all here. Forms, for example. Forms. You have introduction, you have basic. So scroll down again. Take note, introduction, basic. For Gmail. For example, Gmail. Let's scroll down to Gmail, scroll down. Gmail, you'll have introduction again, introduction, basic, and advanced. When you click basic, you have lesson 1. So scroll down. Lesson 1, click lesson 1 or any lesson. And then you have the things that you have to do step by step, etc., etc. You have a video to watch, you have everything. You go to lesson 2, you go to lesson 3. If you want to get a certification, the basic Google exam, all you need to do is finish on lesson 1 and you can take Google Basic Exam, which is available. Scroll down again, take Basic Exam. When you finish all lesson 1, you can take that exam. It's a 30-item multiple choice, there's no time limit. You can use the net to look for the answer because it's learning. When you look for the answer in the net, it's available. You just have to know how to look for the answer because it's part of being knowledgeable on how to use technology. That is why it becomes more challenging for us teachers. How will you evaluate a student well? If they can just learn it from the net, what is our use? It's so difficult. Everything is in the internet, so it means it has to be more challenging for them. It's not just, what is the name? No, it's not a good question. How can you apply blah, blah, blah? It's more on how and why. That is where we can evaluate our students better. Forms is just a tool. Thank you so much.